So, what is up, guys? Today we are going to be doing a match day 3 review, and we're going to be predicting our scores. Make sure to like and subscribe. I don't know why I started talking in a posh voice.
Week reviews.
It felt like it.
It's week 3. It's our reviews.
Match day 3.
It's hot as a sauna in here, right? Sweating ollies. And if any of you saw the last episode, right, we recorded it 10 minutes ago. So we're not skivvies that can only afford one set of clothing, right? It's the fact that we've just recorded the last episode about 10 minutes ago. How's it going, Zach? Have you had a good week?
Yeah, I've had a good week. It's just been at football training. Now my legs hurt quite a lot.
Cool. We're going to quickly go through the week 3's predictions here now, aren't we? Because you are beating me by 1 point so far in the leaderboard. And can I just say as well, if any of you guys at home want to be part of this little competition, start putting your predictions in the comments below. And also just start leaving some comments in the down below, and we'll give you a shout out on the next episode. What do you reckon, Zach?
Yes.
So I'm just trying to find out. So far it's 12 to Zach, 11 to me. So I need to do a little bit of catching up.
I'm obviously the more pundit.
Yes. How did Plymouth Argyle get on in the week? May I add?
That isn't needed. We didn't lose, but we didn't lose 5-1. No.
Who did you lose 5-1 to?
No, we didn't lose 5-1.
Well, anyway,
we got destroyed 5-1.
Who did you play? Charlton. But the week before, you played posh Peterborough and beat them. They were top of the league. You beat them 2-0, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny how football goes.
It really is.
So the first game,
especially in the Premier League. So let's get kicked off.
First game is Spurs versus Wolves. What's your prediction for this one?
2-0 Wolves. 2-0 Spurs.
2-0 Spurs. Who's going to score, do you reckon?
I reckon Kulusevski, Harry Kane.
I reckon Kane and Son. That's what I reckon.
Son didn't have a good game at Chelsea. He didn't see him do much.
No, it's a harder team, and I think that he'll shine in this game. So I think that it's going to be... I think Spurs are going to have a lot of possession in this game, and I think it should be, with it being at Spurs, I totally agree with you there, Zach. I'm going to go for a 2-0 one there. Next game, Everton versus Nottingham Forest. What is your predictions for that?
Well, I think we're reading each other's notes, because I've gone 1-1.
Doesn't make for very good entertainment, this, does it?
No.
Like I say, I've gone 1-1 here as well.
Lingard's
reckon?
going to get a goal.
Right.
Trust me on that. And maybe a DCL Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Right. Okay.
Oh no, he's out injured, isn't he?
Yeah. How do you think that Everton and Notts Forest have started this season so far?
Everton have kicked off to a slow start. I think Nottingham Forest has made their thing that they will be a hard team to beat for bottom half table teams, and even top half table teams.
You did, and I did also say that Nottingham Forest were going to go down this year.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you not?
No, I said 18th. No, 17th even. Just above. Close though.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, Everton was a team that you said was going down, wasn't it?
Yes. No.
I'm a little bit concerned for Everton because I read there today that they're supposed to be getting rid of one of their players to a Turkish team there. Who I can't remember who it was.
Dele Alli.
Dele Alli. Do you really want to be getting rid of players like Dele Alli?
Yeah, but what has he done in the past couple of years? Nothing.
Right.
He's not there anymore. England international to not playing Everton, you know?
Yeah. So you're saying we're both saying 1-1 on that one.
Very good content.
Yeah. So Leicester versus Southampton.
What
next game.
I've
put Leicester 2. Southampton 1.
Oh, this is great entertainment, because guess what I've put?
2-1 Southampton.
Leicester 2, Southampton 1. Let's see if we can get every single score prediction the same. You reckon?
Well, so far, I mean...
we might be.
We're either going to get the same points this week or we're not going to get any points. So,
yeah.
Southampton, I mean, how long's the manager going to last this? Right, I'm going to ask a question quickly here now, because I think this is now a valuable time. When the season starts, it is almost as pundits guesswork. You never know who's going to be performing, who's going to be unperforming. we've settled in now. Now we can sort of see the teams that are performing, the teams that aren't performing. Who's the first manager in the Premier League that's going to get the sack this year?
Oh, that's a good one. It could be maybe Ten Hag, because United fans aren't that patient.
No, I think
no, not Ten Hag wouldn't work. Maybe. Oh, this is a hard one.
I think it's could be David Moyes at West Ham.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That was like, nah, can't be.
The Southampton manager. He's been under a lot of pressure. Guys, get in the comments below. Tell me who you think, and tell Zac who you think is going to be the first Premiership manager that's going to get the sack.
Yeah, maybe the Wolves manager. I don't know who he is.
No.
Exactly.
So Leicester 2, Southampton 1 we've put there. Next game, Fulham at home to Brentford. Fulham have started the season with 2 points.
Yeah.
Brentford's got so far 5 points, is it? 4 points. 4 points. Third in the table.
You get mixed up with our tables, aren't you?
What do you think, Zac?
I think Fulham 1, Brentford 2. I guess, what have you put?
I've put Fulham 1, Brentford 2.
Big surprise! I'll tell you why. This is going to be the best video we have ever made.
Who's going to score the Brentford goals then, do you reckon?
Tony and Mbermo. Maybe Damsgaard. Maybe.
Do you? I mean,
and Mitrovic.
He's our new player that's rocked up at Brentford. I think we got him for £12 million. I think it was like 16 million euros, something like that. A great player. Yeah, great. Really good player.
Amazing.
I don't think he'll start the game. I think that he'll come on, Damsgaard. But what do you think of him as a player, Zac? Do you know much about him?
Oh, yeah, I do. He used to play in the Italian league.
Sampdoria.
What?
We got him from Sampdoria.
Scored a great free kick against England, which we didn't concede when we played them. He didn't score the free kick. No, that didn't happen. So, yeah, he's a good, well-rounded player, but doesn't he have hypermobility or something like that?
He was supposed to be the next big player. He played in the World Cup. He was an amazing player. Then he got an injury. I think it was possibly a knee injury, and they discovered that he has got he's got arthritis.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And it was a concern. So whereas the teams like Barcelona and that were interested, and he was going to be the next big player, basically Sampdoria couldn't sell him, and nobody was showing any interest. There was lots of teams in the Premier League that didn't show any interest. Brentford have taken the risk like they did with Eriksen, and we will see what happens. Fingers crossed. We will be saying Eriksen who? We've now got our Damsgaard. So,
yes.
Yeah, I reckon Brentford are going to go away to Fulham, the local derby. It's going to be a really interesting game, and I reckon Fulham 1, Brentford 2.
Okay, so next game is Crystal Palace, Aston Villa. I've gone for Crystal Palace 0, Aston Villa 1. Philippe Coutinho getting goal in that. What have you gone for?
I've said Palace 1, Villa 2.
Oh, we've got a disagreement. It's not the exact same score.
No, we've got a disagreement.
We get a clap.
I think that Palace could be a struggling team this year, perhaps. If they go and lose again this week, if they lose this week, that they haven't got that many points at the beginning of the season. But one thing that we do agree on there is Villa are going to win. Bournemouth versus Arsenal. I've gone with a Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 3.
I've gone with Bournemouth 1, Arsenal 2. Gabby scored both the goals. And Dominic Solanke maybe to grab a goal for Bournemouth, ex-Liverpool player actually, he is. So it's going to be a bit of a boring one maybe. Score 2 in the first half and you just get a controversial goal in like the 81st minute,
So you think then basically it's going to be a boring game in the sense that Arsenal's just going to be having most of the possession, going 2-0 up and game over. Are they going to score early goals, do you reckon?
Yes. An early goal, and then I reckon it's going to be like maybe 30th minute and then...
Keep talking to the microphone, Zac. You need to learn to talk in the microphone.
Yeah, we're learning.
West Ham are playing Brighton at home at West Ham. What do you reckon the score is going to be?
Well, I have gone for West Ham 1, Brighton 1.
Oh, a draw, score draw. I'm going West Ham 2, Brighton 0. And I think Benrahma is going to score, get on the opening sheet there.
Nah, that's because he used to play for Brentford.
And he's a good player.
No, that's because he used to play for Brentford.
No, it's not. It's because
he used to play for Brentford.
I don't know any other West Ham players at the moment, so that's the reason why I've said it. So no, I reckon it's going to be 2-0 there to West Ham. I think that Brighton have started off well, but I think that it'll be a hard game. It's a funny old stadium, West Ham, isn't it? The stadium, there's a lot of, they've got a lot of players. Yeah, but they got a new
rebuild, haven't they?
Yeah.
They rebuilt a new one, and so the
Olympic Stadium.
The Olympic, yeah. So now I think it's going to be a draw because I just think that Brighton are just going to have a really good season, and I don't think West Ham are going to have a good season, David Moyes, I think is going to struggle a bit different from last year. I think there's going to be a goal from maybe Mikel Antonio, and then probably maybe a Neil Moyes goal before he maybe goes to Chelsea.
Mm. Neil
Moyes
is
linked to Chelsea. I know because they loaned out Lukaku, and now Werner's gone, hasn't he? Werner left for RB Leipzig, so they've agreed to Aubameyang. So it looks like Aubameyang's going to Chelsea, and now they're looking for a backup striker of Neil Moyes.
How do you think he will cut the cheese at Chelsea, and if he does go? Because
he played like 2 games and
went for Brentford. He moved and he's played all right at Brighton.
Yeah,
but I mean, Brighton have sold quite a lot of their players this year, haven't they?
Yeah. They bought quite a few in as well, haven't they?
Yeah. Anyway, moving swiftly on. The next game is the game that I've predicted to be the game of the week, to be honest with you. And I reckon it's going to be Leeds United 1, Chelsea 3. I reckon Leeds United will go up. I reckon they'll score quite early on in the game and everybody will be like panicking. And I think it'll be 1-0 at half time. And I think Chelsea will come out in the second half and they'll slam 3 in.
Well, I've gone Leeds 0, Chelsea 2. Maybe a goal from Mount because he really deserved it against Spurs. I don't know if he did score, and maybe a Kante or a Jorginho goal. I think it's going to be It's going to be a good game, but not my game of the week, not yet.
Newcastle are at home to Manchester City. Your team. What do you predict the score?
Well,
big game for Newcastle.
I've gone Newcastle 1, Manchester City 3.
Snap.
I think it's just because City have too much better firepower, too much better defence, too better midfield. I think City will get a goal early on. Newcastle will equalise until half time, and then he'll be like a goal maybe just after half time, then a late goal.
Are you a bit surprised with Newcastle? I was expecting them to spend ridiculous amounts of money and buy loads of players. But is there a restriction? Is there any certain amount of money that you're allowed to spend?
Yeah, in a transfer window, it might be something like
200 million,
250, 200, 300 maybe.
Yeah.
Fact check us down in the comments.
Yeah. Manchester United versus Liverpool.
Game of the week for me.
Game of the week. One of the games of the week, yeah, because I know I said that the Leeds
It's a
Chelsea.
derby, so it's got to be, hasn't it?
Right, I'm really intrigued to see what you're going to put here. What do you reckon the score is going to be?
I, for one reason, don't think United will score, so I've put United 2, Liverpool 0. I would have...
Hold on. You said you don't think that Man United is going to score, and you've just said Man United 2, Liverpool 0.
Did I?
Yeah, you meant to say Liverpool 2, Man United 0.
Oh, yeah.
Is that what you're supposed to say?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Because I think Liverpool could win 4-0 in that game. No Darwin Núñez, no striker. I think that Salah and Diaz will get a goal. And I just think they'll outplay United. United will have a few chances there and then, but it won't be anything special. So what have you put?
Well, I did initially put 3-1. That is what I initially put down. Then I've changed it to 1-1.
What?
Now I'm going to change it to 2-1.
Good.
So I
to who?
To Liverpool.
Good.
Liverpool.
Good.
It's one of those games where, I mean,
I was a bit concerned when you said 1-1. I was a bit concerned.
On the last episode, you may recall me going on about fans and the Man United fans, burning the shirts and just being dicks, basically, on social media. I just want to say that I've seen a lot of it from the Liverpool fans as well. I've seen a lot of Liverpool fans, saying that old Klopp hasn't spent wisely in the transfer window and that he'd done too many pre-season friendlies and tired the players out. And lots of Liverpool fans moaning a little bit. And I'm like, guys,
that isn't like you.
Last season, you was like, it's going on about, we're going to win 4 trophies here now. The season prior to that, you won the Premier League. You're going on about the best thing since sliced bread is Jurgen Klopp. Now, all of a sudden, you're saying, because you've had a poor start to the season, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to spend this, we need to spend that. Jurgen needs to stop doing too many pre-season friendlies. Look, guys, all I want to say is like what I said on the last episode. I'm getting a little bit fed up of the Liverpool fans moaning and bitching about the start of the season, right? You've had injuries. I get that.
But so is every team. They've had their fair share of injuries.
You should be beating Crystal Palace. You should be beating, Fulham with the team that you've got. Really. I think a lot of the time, Jurgen Klopp hasn't got a backup plan. I mean, we seen it a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? When Brentford were losing 2-0 to Leicester. And, Thomas Frank, he changed his team. All of a sudden, he brought 5 players on.
Southampton had a backup plan when they due to Chelsea.
I think
Spurs had a backup plan.
Liverpool need to start having a backup plan, and because a lot of these teams have noticed how Jurgen Klopp plays, and I don't think he's got a B plan at all. And now all these players are injured. He's just like, I don't know who to play. I don't know what system to play. And I think that this will be an interesting game. Because I think it'll be make and break for both teams here now.
On United side, who do you think will score the goal for United?
De Gea.
He's got more chance to score than Ronaldo.
I don't know, because Man United are a funny team. On their day, if they come out with morale high, right? I mean, prime example, last week with Brentford, the first 10 minutes, Man United were all over Brentford.
Yeah.
And then they made a cock up and they all went Pete Tong. If Man United had managed to bang a goal in, a deflection or anything, it could have been a totally different story. And I just think that if perhaps Man United get a free kick outside the area, Ronaldo's proved that he can put it in the back of the net. Eriksen can put it in the back of the net. If they go 1-0 up, half time, they're still 1-0 up. The second half, Liverpool could be panicking. It could end up 1-1. It could end up 1-0. Or Liverpool could go out and press like Brentford did last week, and it could be 3-4.
And that's what they will do.
So there we are, guys. I'm saying 2-1. I'm going to change the score from 1-1 to 2-1. There we go. So, guys, there's our predictions for this week, right? Get on in the comments. Put in your comments there.
You know the drill by now. It's correct. 2-0. If you pick 2-0 and Leeds beat Leicester 2-0, you would get 2 points. If you just get the right result, like you predicted 1-0, and they win 3-1, then you will get 1 point.
Yeah. And we'll see how we do this. If you want to get involved, get in the comments. If you agree with what we're saying, put it in the comments. If you disagree with us, put it in the comments. We want to start hearing you talk. We want to hear you. It's all right saying good stuff and all that lot, but we want to hear what you're saying. We want to hear what you think. We want to hear what your suggestions are for the games. Get involved, guys. Get in the comments. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. And we will give you a shout out in the next episode.
Yeah. Okay. So now this is where we're going to be signing out. Make sure you do like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell and all that stuff. Make sure to recommend it to your grandma. You never know, she could like this sort of stuff. Or your baby cousin. One of the two. So we are signing out there. Goodbye.
Cheese.